December 5th, 1872, 400 miles off the coast of Portugal. A British merchant ship spots something on the horizon that shouldn't exist. A vessel under sail, but moving wrong. Drifting. Listing. No flag. No signals. No one on deck. They board her. The cargo is intact. A child's toys are still on a bed. A half-finished meal sits on the table. The captain's logbook is open. The compass is missing. The lifeboat is gone. And there is not a single person on board. 10 people vanished. No bodies. No struggle. No explanation. For 150 years, the ship's name has been a synonym for the unexplained. This is the Mary Celeste. New York Harbor. The Mary Celeste, a 282-ton American brigantine, pulls out of Pier 50, bound for Genoa, Italy. She's nothing special. A cargo ship. Already had a rough life. A previous wreck, a collision, 3 name changes. Some sailors said she was unlucky, but her captain wasn't a man who believed in luck. Benjamin Briggs was 37 years old, a devout Christian, a trained navigator, veteran of 5 Atlantic crossings as master. The kind of captain who didn't drink, didn't gamble, and ran a tight, sober ship. This voyage wasn't just business. Aboard with him were his wife, Sarah, and their 2-year-old daughter, Sophia Matilda. 7 crew members, mostly German, all with clean records, rounded out the company. 10 souls, 1 ship, a routine winter crossing. The cargo? 1,701 barrels of denatured industrial alcohol. Briggs's last log entry was dated November 25th, and then silence. For 9 days, the Mary Celeste sailed on. No one steering her, no one trimming her sails, because no one was aboard at all. December 5th, the British brig Dei Gracia, captained by David Morehouse, was on the same route, 10 days behind. At 1 p.m., a lookout spotted a vessel on the horizon, under partial sail, but yawing strangely, like a drunk on a sidewalk. Morehouse watched her for 2 hours, hailed her. Nothing. He sent 3 men in a small boat to investigate. What they found has never been adequately explained. The deck was deserted, the wheel spinning freely. The binnacle, where the compass should have been, was smashed. 2 hatch covers had been removed and set aside. There was about 3.5 feet of water in the hold. Concerning, but nowhere near sinking. Below deck, the world stopped. Personal belongings were untouched. The crew's pipes, boots, oilskins still in their bunks. Sarah Briggs's sewing machine still had a needle threaded through fabric. There was a vial of oil standing upright on it. A small organ in the main cabin. Sheet music. Sophia's toys. 6 months of food in the pantry. Fresh water in the casks. Nothing had been ransacked. But the navigational instruments, the sextant, the chronometer, the ship's register were gone. The single lifeboat was gone, and trailing in the water behind the ship was a single frayed rope. About 300 feet of it, severed clean. Here's the question that has haunted maritime historians for 1.5 centuries. Why would an experienced captain, with his wife and 2-year-old daughter on board, evacuate a perfectly seaworthy ship into a small open boat in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean? Because whatever made him give that order had to be terrifying enough to override every instinct a sailor has. The theories that emerged range from the scientifically elegant to the genuinely unhinged. Theory 1. Mutiny. The original prevailing guess. Crew gets drunk on the cargo, murders the captain and his family, escapes in the lifeboat. But there were no bloodstains, no weapons drawn, no signs of struggle on a ship where Sarah's wedding ring was still on her dresser. And the cargo was denatured, alcohol, undrinkable, toxic, would kill you before it got you drunk. Mutiny falls apart on the evidence. Theory 2. Pirates, equally dead. Pirates do not leave $750,000 in cargo untouched. They don't leave wedding rings. Theory 3. A giant wave or waterspout. A localized storm convinces Briggs the ship is sinking. He orders evacuation. The lifeboat is swamped, or the rope snaps, and the Mary Celeste, being more seaworthy than he thought, simply sails on without them. This one fits, but it doesn't explain why a careful captain would abandon a floating ship for a 20-foot boat in open ocean. Which brings us to Theory 4, and the one most modern investigators now favor: the cargo. 1,701 barrels of industrial alcohol. When the ship reached Gibraltar for inspection, 9 of those barrels were found completely empty. They were made of red oak, more porous than the white oak of the others. They'd been leaking vapor the entire voyage. In 2006, a researcher at University College London built a scale model of the cargo hold and recreated the conditions. He found that alcohol vapor, ignited by a small spark, can produce a pressure wave explosion, a massive flash of flame and force, with virtually no heat, no scorch marks, no fire damage. Just one terrifying, ship-shaking boom. Imagine you're Captain Briggs. You hear an explosion below deck. You smell vapor. You see flame. You have 30 seconds to decide whether the next blast will tear the ship in half, with your wife and daughter on board. You order the lifeboat. The Mary Celeste was towed to Gibraltar. The salvage hearing dragged on for 3 months. The chief investigator, a man named Frederick Solly Flood, was convinced of mutiny and openly hostile to the Dei Gratia crew, accusing them of murder for the salvage payout. He found nothing. They were awarded 1/6 the ship's value, a humiliatingly small sum, suggesting the court suspected them too, but couldn't prove anything. The Mary Celeste herself was repaired and put back to sea. Over the next 13 years, she went through 17 owners. No one wanted her. Sailors refused to sign on to her crew. They said she was cursed. In 1885, her final captain, a man named Gilman Parker, deliberately ran her onto a coral reef off the coast of Haiti in an insurance fraud scheme. He was caught, indicted, died before trial, ruined. The ship that had once sailed itself across the Atlantic finally died on the rocks, set there deliberately by a human hand. The vapor explosion theory is, scientifically, the most plausible explanation we have. But most plausible is not the same as proven. No bodies, no wreckage, no survivor, just an empty ship, a frayed rope, and a story that won't let go. Maybe that's why the Mary Celeste still haunts us, not because of ghosts, not because of monsters, but because she represents something quietly terrifying. That 10 ordinary people, on an ordinary Tuesday, with a sewing machine still running and a child's toys on the bed, can step off the edge of the world and disappear completely, leaving everything behind except themselves.